Hello all my disc golfers and diskettes. Welcome to Canadian Disc Golf Productions coverage of the White Spruce Open. Round 1, front 10. This course is 20 holes. It's going to be a doozy. My name's Wallace Kent and I'm here with
Chloe Winter.
And welcome once again. This is the White Spruce Open held at the White Spruce Park in Brampton, Ontario. As I had recently said, this course is 20 holes. It is a stop on the Ontario Cup Tour Championship. Here is beautiful hole 10 that we will be seeing on the back 9. So how did the weather fare for you ladies this weekend?
The weather was pretty good. We had a little bit more wind in the second round, but otherwise the sun was shining and it was just a great day for some disc golf.
And there you can see the course history sign of where the course was built and when it was produced. We would like to thank PDGA Canada for the event. And there you can see some of the beautiful Brampton and the surrounding area. Here we have Colleen McInnes. Never know what she's going to do out there. Audrey Fu, the course local.
And we got me, not entirely sure what to do in front of the camera.
First time on coverage for you?
Yeah, first time. I didn't even know that it was going to happen until probably 20 minutes before we started up. So that was a fun little thing to know.
Nice. And now we have hole 1, 270, or as we like to say in Canada, 82 meters. Here is the green sloping away from the basket.
This is also my first time seeing the course, so before every single hole, I'm asking everybody, like, first off, where's the basket? And second, like, what's the game plan here?
Here's Colleen turning her drive over a little bit, heading towards the bush. And now we've got Audrey teeing off, the course local, showing us the local line here. Putting it up, leaving it a little bit short. She'll have a good clean up shot, nothing in the way for it. And here we have our very own Chloe.
Yeah. Honestly, I yanked it a little bit more than I wanted to, and then it worked out a little bit better than I thought it was going to.
There's Audrey throwing her berg that we'll be seeing quite often throughout the round.
She throws the berg really well.
Colleen just missing the basket on her putt. First putt of the tournament.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice birdie to start off the day. Kind of calmed the nerves a little bit.
And here we have Colleen cleaning up her putt. And there that is. And Audrey tapping out with that Greenberg of hers. Here is hole 2, 270. This one's a little bit of a challenging line because of off the tee, you've got those trees on the left that you've kind of got to snake around. And with the basket up on the hill, definitely those putts can roll away and turn a birdie into a bogey.
Yeah, that putting green is definitely difficult to work around.
That is what Brampton is known for.
There's a lot of...
It's tight fairways and wooded holes.
A lot of safe plays were had. There's actually a nice forehand. Well, a nice forehand. There's still a lot of trees to hit and whatnot. So that's what I hit. I didn't even see where it hit off, like, out of the hand. And
there's Colleen taking the backhand line, hitting a tree. And now we've got the in-between of the backhand turnover down the left side gap. Another local line. Audrey taking it.
That was a nice drive.
And here you are with your upshot.
Yeah, that's my orange zone. It's one of my go-tos. A little rough there, but
Tree love.
yeah.
You still went forward towards the basket.
Yeah.
Colleen with her upshot. I mean, I should know her disc, but for some reason, we haven't played together in a very long time, so I don't know what her bag looks like these days. And she lands safely up there by the tee, or by the basket, sorry. And there you are.
Yeah, just trying to get it as close to the basket as I could.
Audrey with that local line gets up nice and close to the basket. Faked me out on the camera there. Thought she was going to putt it, and she didn't. And lays that one up perfectly under the basket.
Yeah, honestly, safe plays are where it's going to be at today.
And there you are, center chains.
Yeah, even with those like closer ones that you like expect to get every time, like, I still got to do my little practice there.
And that's a par for Colleen. Making sure that she doesn't slip down the hill. We did have some... Did we have some rain earlier in the week? No, I don't think we did.
I think actually it did rain like the day before, but it wasn't anything too bad. I remember it being like a little bit slick on some of like the hills that we were walking down, but otherwise.
Now here we are, hole 3. This one you've got to hit your gap or else you're in the rough the entire way. There's a log coming right into preview behind the tree on the right, and that's pretty much like the collecting area or the base of the hill right here. And there you can see the basket coming back up the hill with this tree in the way to make it a tough putt if you are off to the left. And there you can see the tree. It's got some logs underneath it propping it up. That tree has been there and like that, I want to say, for at least 10 years because it was propped up when I first got into disc golf.
Oh,
when I first played at this course. This was the very first course that I played disc golf at.
Oh, really?
Colleen and Chris Brown and a few of my friends had signed me up for an ace race that was held at this course.
Fun. Very fun.
And there's Audrey leaking a little bit left, hits that tree.
Honestly, probably a good tree to hit. You don't want that going too left. I think my game plan here was just to try and get it as low as possible, but obviously that didn't work.
I don't think there's a down tree there.
Yours landed up near the tree there. We'll see you on your upshot coming soon. Here's Audrey with a beautiful forehand. As I was saying, getting off to that side, you'll have a tough putt behind that tree. And there you are. There's that collection log that I was saying a lot of the discs like to land by.
Yeah.
You just put it right over the bush. Give yourself a nice putt. And here's Colleen from her drive.
Good little bit, just a bit right. Yeah, she had that little tree off to the right in her way of the basket. So she had a little forehand look there.
With that Greenberg. And here you are lining up your putt. Able to save par.
Yeah.
There's everyone putting out. And look at you having a caddy for the event today.
Yeah. My boyfriend came out for the day. He doesn't like to play tournaments, but he says he gets enough stress from my playing tournaments, so he just comes out and caddies for me.
There you go.
Yeah, it works out pretty nice. I'd say he's a pretty good luck charm. I think he knows my bag better than me sometimes.
In hole 4, tight little one, 184 feet. This one, you gotta hit the gap right off the tee. As you can see, there's the tree right there, off to the right. Colleen getting that one up high enough with some hyzer.
Colleen had a beauty shot. Me hitting the right side of that tree that you do not want to hit. Audrey kicking back into the fairway, which is, I think, a nice little kick. She might have been a little short, so if it didn't kick, it would have been sitting in the bush there.
Now this one was playing middle of the pack on pars for you ladies. Overall 0 over pars. According to PDGA stats. And as you can see,
birdie.
Colleen tapping in her par.
Oh, was that a par?
Yes. No, sorry, that was a birdie. My bad.
I remember thinking, like, off the tee, it was such a pretty shot to watch.
You're too funny. Thanks. Such a nice shot. Did you throw a driver?
Hole 5, 265. This one's all downhill the whole way. Need to throw something with a little bit of ante or a little bit of understability to have it hold the line and get you some glide, because if you throw something too overstable, the disc will fade either into the bush and not make it to the green, especially with it being a tight fairway.
Several things to hit going down the fairway. You don't want to be on the left side, like in the bushes.
It is very tough in there, and mosquito ridden, that is for sure.
That's true. There were a lot of bugs out. I will say that.
And there's Colleen putting it down fairway.
Yeah, I think she got some good distance there. Throwing a crave here. Got a little lucky, definitely pulled it a bit right, but I think I'm in the middle of the fairway there.
Audrey lining up another turnover. Turns over a little bit to the right. She'll be on the right side of the fairway. She has a clean line towards the basket, I think. And there you are, hitting some bushes,
Yeah.
but keeping it clean on the fairway.
Yeah, better than being in the rough.
And here's Audrey with that reliable berg from the edge of the fairway. And she puts that one right up by the basket.
Yeah, great upshot there. A tough look here.
Hitting that tree, but results winding right under the basket. Here you are with a putt. Closest upshot to the basket.
Yeah. It's a lot of just, if I don't think I can actually give it a solid bid and try and get it to go in the basket, I'm just going to lay up and try and get it as close as possible.
Smart play, especially with this course.
Yeah, pars are great here.
Here are ladies tapping out. Moving on to hole 7, sorry. Hole 6. Beautiful long fairway down and to the right. As you can see, the basket hidden behind this tree and bush. The ideal line is throwing something forehand. I like to throw my Shrike personally because it's a little bit understable and it'll have that turn for me and get down in the fairway. What about yourself?
I like, so I'm a forehand dominant player, so I loved the look of this hole. I really like my trace for my forehand. It's got a little bit, like if I throw it well enough, it turns over a little bit for me and then stables it at the end, which is pretty ideal for this shot.
And there's Colleen's drive. Audrey lining up a nice backhand. I think she's going to go with the classic turnover here.
Turnover, yeah.
And there it is. Look at that turn. The whole fairway uses the entire width of the fairway.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. I need to learn some backhands from her and Colleen. This one was definitely too right. I meant to aim basically over where the photographer is there on the left side.
And here we are. We're going to have you coming from the bush and pitching out.
Yeah, basically through from the one bush to the next bush across the grass there.
A little bit of military golf, left, right, but winds up putting it right near the basket, about 15 feet. Here's Colleen with a beautiful upshot, puts it right underneath the log. When we walked up to it, it was wedged in between the log and the dirt. Took her a little bit to pull it out. Here's Audrey from her drive.
Great drive.
Just misses a little bit left, but she's right there for a tap and par.
There was a lot of leaves in my way here, so just decided that pitching up to the basket was the safest play again.
There's Colleen with her par putt.
Great putt.
And here you ladies are. See, you can see one of the mosquitoes right there. Just wants to be my friend. Be our friend.
Yeah, mosquitoes were biting.
They are thick at the White Spruce. In the summer you need the bug spray. In the winter you need the ice cleats.
Oh yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, a lot of slopes here.
As we make our way onto hole 7, another tightly wooded fairway. You're either going to want to take the backhand line down the right or a forehand up the hill line, but it doesn't get you all the way to the basket, so it's more of a placement shot for that one.
For sure. I like to call this this kind of hole one where you throw and then just pray that you get lucky.
A poke and hope kind of situation.
Absolutely.
And there's the basket again up on the hill, but this one's got a little bit of a rock hill built up with some dirt there to save the runoffs, which is very important on this one. Here's Colleen pumping out another beautiful backhand, and she threads that gap.
Yeah, that was so fun to watch. Pulled that one a bit right, but she's right in the middle of the fairway for the next shot. Went with a forehand here, again just a nice little placement shot. Got further up than I thought I was going to, but still definitely a long putt for a birdie. So.
And here's Audrey lining up her upshot. And she puts that one beautifully up there.
Yeah, that was great. Great recovery after hitting one of the first few trees.
And here's your upshot. Saved by that rock pile.
Yeah, I was definitely like, okay, don't roll. I found myself saying that a lot that day.
That is a White Spruce. That's one of the things you will say at White Spruce.
Great
Colleen with a big putt.
Yeah, that was for birdie, I think. Yeah, that's a great birdie to get. Oh, we got a little replay here.
Plastic playback for that one. Big putt on the hole. She missed. That one was definitely going to be going for a roll, but as you can see, bottom chains right there. Ate that one up. This is one of the easier holes for you ladies. Played at .33 under par for the round. And there you are tapping out. Here we've got hole 8. Thrown from the gap into the bush and then back out into that open gap. This one usually has some swirling wind, because right behind that second tree line behind the basket is an open field and a school to the left, and the wind just comes in here and spirals up. Every time I've played, this is one of the trickier holes for you because you can never really read the wind off the tee, and then you make it through that first bush opening into the green, and it's completely different from the tee.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, my plan here is to just try and make it through the gap and hope for the best.
Colleen pushing that ceiling, gets caught up and drops down right on the edge of the fairway. Audrey lining up what looks to be another backhand, trying to put it through that gap. And she as well is pushing that ceiling, but makes it through.
Gets through just fine. Pulled that a little bit right again. That was my problem, I think, today a little bit. It was just pulling the disc on my backhands a bit right.
Okay, did get a nice tree kick, put you back center fairway, and look at that. Runs the basket.
Yeah, a little bit. I definitely juiced that more than I wanted to. I kind of had a little bit of a laugh about that. But yeah, got up to the basket at the very least.
Colleen annies that one a little bit, but still leaves herself with a nice putt on the green. That classic Greenberg. Audrey leaves herself a little bit short. And here you are with your comeback putt.
I had a great look, though. I wasn't like behind anything. It was right down that little path, which is perfect. I managed to get that par.
Very nice. Very well done.
Oh,
Get your own little plastic playback of your own.
Too. Awesome. Love to see it.
Watching it all the way. Dead center in the chains.
Yeah, I always find that I putt better in a tournament situation. I think my stress levels just get so high that my brain just like, okay, your putts are gonna work now, and I don't understand how it happens, because usually it's the opposite.
Can I have some of that?
Yeah, I don't know why it happens, because I was putting terribly like the couple weeks leading up to this.
And here we are, Colleen with the plastic playback. Almost no chains on this one. Just all nub. All nub. Here's Audrey lining up for the bogey. And there you go.
Good putt.
Picks up a disc for Colleen. They're chit-chatting their way to hole 9. The big bomb hole. 430 feet. Playing from the tee into these trees here on the left, and the basket is on the back side of the trees. And there you can see it's got some guardians, but it's still an open green. Perfect placed upshot. You can definitely take your par here for sure. We're going to see Colleen blast off on this one, giving it everything she's got. A little bit of turnover, takes it over to the right side, but it's clear over there. She'll have a nice line to the basket.
I'm going forehand here. I was feeling a little bit bad about my backhand, so I'm like, just got to throw my forehand because I get some solid distance through it. So definitely went more left than I would have wanted, but still has a look into the basket.
Coming in from that side, you've only got one real guardian tree blocking the basket that'll be in the way for you. And there's Audrey doing what she always does. That ultimate frisbee form, turning it over, putting herself right in the center of the fairway.
That yellow disc is my justice, so just super overstable, just trying to crash it into the basket area.
It's a little bit high through the tree.
Yeah.
So it leaves yourself a little bit of a long putt, but very achievable.
For sure.
Audrey lining up her upshot, clips that tree, leaves herself with about a 50-footer.
Colleen has a bit worse of a look than I thought she was going to.
Takes the knee but gets a nice kick.
Yeah, for sure.
Puts herself up on the green. Here's Audrey for par. A little bit low, under the basket, she'll take a bogey. Colleen taking her par. And there you are, taking your par.
Yeah, par is good. Playing for par all day.
There's nothing wrong with that, especially on this one. And here's Audrey tapping out her bogey. And as I said, this course was 20 holes, so here we are going into hole 10. One of the iconic holes at the White Spruce. They put a Mando on these two trees that were just in front of us, making you go through the gap.
Yeah, that's a tough Mando to hit.
Colleen with her drive, hitting the tree.
Don't believe she made the Mando there.
What are you throwing today for us?
So that's my beat up zone. So it goes a little bit straighter for me.
It was a really
And
good
this is the
uh,
Mando,
it's-
but puts it right by the basket.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Just didn't make the Mando. So I just wanted something slower, something that wouldn't go into the bush on the right, but didn't make the Mando anyway. So
And there's Audrey.
kicking left, but I don't think she didn't go past the Mando there. She's got a tough look to the Mando.
Didn't miss the Mando, but didn't make it either. So here she is on her second shot, not having to throw from the drop zone. A little bit behind it. And that time she made the Mando, but
Yes.
not that far up the fairway because of all these wonderful trees. Why are trees?
Why are trees indeed?
And there's Colleen with a beautiful upshot, putting it right underneath the basket from that Mando. Making decisions.
Yeah. So I didn't know. I was just gonna try and go straight for the basket there, but then I was like, oh, this left line kind of looks nice, and I really liked the look, and it ended up working out pretty well actually.
Here's Audrey with her upshot, and she copies you going the wide line. Puts that right up on the basket. And another one for you.
Yeah, it always feels good to make those putts.
And here's Audrey tapping out.
I think that's a bogey frame for us here.
And that is the front 10.
Yeah.
After 10 holes, everyone's sitting around par or just above it. We have Colleen at -1, Audrey at -4, and Chloe at 4. Well, Audrey at 4 and Chloe at 4.
Yeah, it's I was happy with that, honestly. I didn't really have any expectations going into it because I, again, haven't played the course before. So I was feeling good that I wasn't completely last. And yeah, so it was pretty good.
All right, well, that concludes the first round front 10. We'll be seeing you on the back 10 coming soon. Thanks.